2021 Lexus NX 300 versus the 2021 Acura RDX. Which is the best compact luxury SUV? That's what we're going to find out. I'm Sherry Primack, a teacher, professional car buyer, and auto expert with over a decade experience helping thousands of consumers. I've hosted car shows, been a regular on the news, and reviewed the coolest cars. But helping the car buying public is what I do best. So for any car buying advice, make sure to subscribe. Welcome to Car Help Corner, where we help you, the consumer, master the process of car buying and car ownership. In a recent video, I did an in-depth comparison of both the Lexus RX 350 and the Acura MDX, which are two of the best mid-sized luxury SUVs in terms of their design, reliability, and value for money. Both are excellent SUVs and top sellers, but not everybody needs to have an SUV that's as large as the MDX or RX. So if you prefer to have a luxury SUV that's a little bit on the smaller size, then you're definitely going to want to consider either the Lexus NX or the Acura RDX. If you want to know everything there is to know about both of these SUVs in terms of how well they're designed, their reliability, value for money, and which one is best, make sure to stick around to the end of this video. So let's start with the Lexus NX 300, which has been around since the 2015 model year in its current form. The Lexus was introduced as the first compact-sized SUV in the Lexus lineup, but it was also introduced to help shed that reputation for bland-looking vehicles that Lexus has traditionally been known for. Now, there's definitely nothing bland about the way the NX 300 looks. If anything, Lexus went in the total opposite direction with a very polarizing looking design that's quite striking, angular, and really sharply detailed. The styling is definitely pretty adventurous and out there, but it does look pretty cool, and you can dress it up with a few accents such as the F Sport package, which definitely gives it a more aggressive look. The NX is available in two different versions, including the NX 300 and the NX 300H. The NX 300 uses a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine that makes 235 horsepower and comes matched to a 6-speed automatic transmission with standard all-wheel drive in Canada, but in the US you can get a choice between front-wheel or all-wheel drive. If you go with the NX 300H, the 2-liter turbo engine is replaced with a 4-cylinder hybrid drivetrain that uses both a gasoline engine and an electric motor that powers all 4 wheels. The biggest differences between the two really comes down to both power and fuel efficiency. If your priority is performance, then you're definitely going to want to go with the NX 300, which does have a lot more power and far better acceleration. The only issue is that all that extra performance does come at the expense of fuel economy. The NX 300 is only rated for around 25 miles per gallon, or roughly 10 liters per 100 kilometers on average in both city and highway driving. With only around 194 horsepower, the NX 300H doesn't have anywhere near the same level of performance as the regular NX 300 does, but it does offer much better fuel efficiency, and it's rated for around 35 miles per gallon or roughly 7.5 liters per 100 kilometers. Aside from power and fuel economy, there is a difference between the way both feel from behind the wheel. Because it's a hybrid, the NX 300H does have the ability to shut off the engine when it's not needed, which means that you're going to run in pure silent electric mode under low speed conditions. In terms of handling and refinement though, both versions feel very similar and are equally comfortable behind the wheel. Lexus did give me the opportunity to test the two back to back on a snow-covered course to see the differences between a mechanical versus a hybrid all-wheel drive system. Although both versions go about it in a different way, they ultimately accomplish the same thing and have equally competent all-wheel drive systems. Now, in the past, you traditionally had to pay a pretty substantial price premium in order to get the hybrid version, but Toyota and Lexus have been narrowing that price difference over the last few years, and now you only have to pay around $2,500 more if you want to get the hybrid model. Whichever version you go with, both versions have pretty much the same interior and offer the same level of features and technology. The one major drawback to the interior of the NX is the overall space. There's no question that when it comes to overall spaciousness, there just isn't a lot of room inside of the NX. It's especially true when you look at the areas for the driver's seat and passenger seat, which can feel especially cramped. Now, I'm not a big guy, but even I felt pretty cramped and claustrophobic driving the NX, which has a pretty cramped wheel well area. The other issue is visibility. Because the NX has that adventurous looking design on the exterior, you don't get a lot of glass all the way around, which means that outward visibility is a little bit more limited than I'd feel comfortable with. Lexus's attempt to go with a more adventurous looking design also translates to the interior, where you get this very unique looking instrument panel where all of your controls are. The way it projects out of the dashboard is a little bit odd, and it takes some time to get used to all of the controls and the way the infotainment system works. Lexus often gets criticized for its pretty frustrating to use infotainment system, and that's definitely true with the one in the NX, which has a pretty outdated looking user interface, and it's operated using a remote touchpad on the center console. Although you do get used to most of the controls over time, the use of technology is definitely an area where the NX could use some serious updating. On a positive note though, the interior is extremely well put together with amazing use of materials, fit and finish, which is something that Lexus has always been well known for. Lexus is a brand that's extremely well known for their amazing reputation for strong long-term reliability and build quality, and that's something that definitely also applies to the NX crossover. If you're looking for a well-built, reliable luxury SUV to hold on to for a very long time with a low cost of repair and maintenance, then the Lexus NX is definitely a really good choice. That's something that just can't be said with a lot of confidence from the European brands that Lexus competes with, such as BMW, Mercedes, and Audi. That excellent reputation for reliability also makes it a very desirable SUV on the used car market, which gives it very strong resale value. Now, when compared to the NX, the Acura RDX definitely shares a lot of the same benefits, but it also comes with its own unique advantages as well. Acura has traditionally been well known for making some good entry-level luxury cars that have a sporty edge, and that definitely applies to the RDX. It has a really sharp upscale looking design, and it looks especially good if you go for the A-spec version that comes with some really nice bright unique color choices and some really cool black accents like a blacked out grille and dark finished wheels for a very sporty look. When compared to the NX, you also get much sportier handling and better performance as well. The RDX is powered by a turbocharged 2-liter 4-cylinder engine that makes 272 horsepower and 280 pound-feet of torque, which is a lot more than you get from the turbo engine in the NX. That extra power translates to better acceleration and just better overall performance. The RDX also comes standard with Acura's famous super handling all-wheel drive system in Canada, but in the US you can also get a base version with front-wheel drive. Acura's intelligent all-wheel drive system has what's called torque vectoring capability, which means it can move the power around to the wheels that need it most, giving you better traction and better cornering performance. The RDX definitely has a sportier feel to it, and that definitely also applies to the look and feel of the interior. Not only does the RDX have a much sportier interior design, but it also offers a lot more interior space, which is one of its biggest advantages when compared to the Lexus NX. There's nothing cramped about the way the RDX feels, and it offers plenty of space in both the front seats and rear seats for adults to sit comfortably, and you also get a good-sized cargo area. The interior has some great touches to it, like a really sporty looking steering wheel and supportive and comfortable front sport seats. You have a choice between full leather, or you could get a two-tone suede and leather combination, which comes on the A-spec version. Overall, the control setup is pretty straightforward and easy to use, but the infotainment system is definitely a bit of a mixed bag. The large 10.2-inch display has great looking graphics and responsiveness. The only issue is that it's controlled using a touchpad on the center console, which some find pretty finicky and distracting to use. Although you can eventually get used to the system, it definitely has a learning curve to it, and there are some that would just prefer having a regular touchscreen, which can be a lot easier. If you're okay with the way the infotainment system works, however, this is a great designed interior that's very well made with excellent fit and finish, and it definitely feels like a proper luxury SUV. When it comes to pricing, both the RDX and NX have a significant advantage over many of their luxury SUV competitors. The RDX pricing ranges from around $45,000 up to around $56,000 Canadian, which is easily around $5,000 to $10,000 cheaper than competing luxury SUVs from BMW, Mercedes, and Audi. The Lexus NX has pretty aggressive pricing too. It ranges from around $45,000 up to around $59,000 for the NX 300, and if you want to go for the hybrid version, it's around another $2,500 extra. Now, although I consider both of these SUVs to be good value for money given the aggressive pricing that they offer, and also due to the fact that they have good reputations when it comes to their overall reliability, build quality, and resale value, I would still have to give the advantage and win to the Acura RDX. The bottom line is that the RDX just gives you more for your money. It has a better overall design with much better performance, a more spacious interior, and more features for a lower price point. Although the NX is still a good choice, and it's the clear winner if you want to go with a hybrid electric SUV, I would probably hold out for the all-new redesigned 2022 model that's coming in the near future, which is probably going to be much more competitive with the RDX and other luxury SUVs. Bottom line though, if you're looking for a luxury SUV and you prioritize things like value for money and build quality, then you're definitely going to want to take a close look at either the Lexus or the Acura because both are excellent choices. Let me know what you think of either the Acura RDX or the Lexus NX 300, how they compare to other luxury SUVs, and if you have any suggestions for future car comparisons or car videos, just leave a comment below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe, and if you want to check out some of my other car comparison videos, then just take a look at these links right over here. If you need any additional car advice, recommendations, or help with getting a great deal on your next new car purchase, just check out carhelpcanada.com. Their team of experts would be happy to help you out. Thanks for watching. See you next time.